Hello, I am Stavo from Stavo Gaming, and welcome to something a bit different. This is gonna be the first Reddit video that I does, reading some entitled parent story, because they're interesting to listen to, and why not? So, let's just get into it. There may be music in the background, there may not be. I don't know what I'm gonna figure out about that. But otherwise, let's just jump into it. The first one is called "My Parents Found Out That I Have Money. Wants me to give it all to them." So, I made this account just to post this because they won't stop bugging me. Backstory. So my parents disown me for being an atheist. My family is very religious. They will look at you like trash if you say you don't believe in a god. They kicked me out and didn't support it. Alright, so grammar issues, but didn't support me through college. My last year of college. And I through college, my last year of college. Alright. And I haven't spoken to them for almost 3 years now. Just a few weeks ago, I got word from my cousin that my little sister got hospitalized due to dengue. Dengue? Alright, never heard of that. So I went to visit her when she was about to be discharged. When I got there, it was just my sister in the room. I asked where my parents were, and she said that they were trying to raise funds for the hospital bill. Turns out my parents' medical insurance didn't cover most of the hospital bill, and left a large out of pocket. Around 26,000 Philippine pesos. If there are any Filipinos out there, you know this is a large amount already. Fortunately, I was able to save up a lot of the past year, so I went ahead and paid for it. When my parents came back, I told them it's already been paid for and that we're just waiting for the discharge orders. The first question they ask is why was I there, and where did I get the money from? I explained our cousin told me what happened and that I was saving money for my little sister's college. They didn't even thank me, and the next question they asked is how much money I have saved. I didn't give them the amount, but they insisted I should give it to them since my sister is living with them. I told them no, and that I will give it to my sister, personally, once she enters college. It's her last year of high school. That wasn't good enough for them. They keep saying they need the money, but won't even specify what the money would be for. I still didn't budge. A week passed and they still don't stop bugging me, calling me ungrateful to as my parents, so on and so forth. Even asking my girlfriend to have a talk to me about giving them the money. Edit. Okay, wow. I really didn't thought this would get much attention. I really just want to vent off some steam by sharing this. Thanks for the advice. Reddit Silver, Gold, and Platinum. So, yeah. That isn't good parenting. Is pretty much all I can say about that. And no, he shouldn't give them the money just because he's their son. No. Or daughter, actually. Did we ever? I don't think we got to know that, actually. Because girlfriend, that could just be a girl still. So, yeah. But OP shouldn't give them the money. No. OP saved up the money to give to, I'm gonna say he, his little sister for college. So, no, shouldn't give them the money. Well, that is an interesting insight in entitled parents, but, well, they are already very, very difficult. I'm just gonna do the small ones here, so I'm gonna go over the ones that say Excel. So let's just, yeah. I am the CEO. This one's gonna be interesting. Bear with me here, people. I'm on mobile. About a year ago, I was running a small video game tournament in the small company I owned. The waitlist had a full list of 16 people, and it was fine until one person ruined it for all. EP, take a guess. EK, yeah. Me, LMAO. So we were starting up the games when a dad ran into the store with his son. We're here for the tournament. Sorry, but the list is full. Well, then make some room. I can't do that. Listen, I can get you fired with the push of a button. How? I've been friends with the CEO of this company for a long time. Then call him. I want to make a fake phone call, then hang up. He says you're fired. That's funny, considering I am the CEO. Evie's look of shock still makes me laugh to this day. Yeah. Generally, that shouldn't work. Not even if he wasn't the CEO. That still shouldn't work in any way to fire him. Because he's just doing his job. The list was full. He's not. He shouldn't just have to throw some other people out to make space. Again, short but funny. Alright, this is a medium. EM flips after she reads the post about her daughter on her. Oh wait. This is a part 2. Let's see if we can link to the previous post. Here we go. We might need this one first. Hello, I'm from India. English isn't my first language, so apologizes in advance for any mistakes. Sorry, this is going to be long. Well, let's just get to it then. This incident happened about 8 years ago. It was my sister's birthday and a lot of my family members from my dad's side were invited. My dad's sister, who will be called EM henceforth, and her daughter, EC henceforth, were visiting us after a lot of years because they shift to California. So EM wanted her daughter to be the center of attention since the moment they came in. EC was about 7 years old and everyone was quite taken with her because she spoke in an adorable accent. When it was the time for cutting the cake, EM wanted EC to cut it, even though it was my sister's birthday. The reason being, she's a kid. She is a kid. She deserves to cut the cake. She's the youngest of them all. My sister S is way too old to be cutting cakes anyway. It was sister's 11th birthday. EM's request/order was declined by my mom, which made EM quite angry. When dinner was served, EM was very hungry and sat down to eat. As soon as she started, EC started crying and demanded to be fed. And EM expected my mom to stop eating and feed her kid. And my mother agreed. Already off to a bad start. The worst was at the time of gift unwrapping. My sister loves Barbies, so she received a doll and a dollhouse from my mom and dad, and I gave her a bunch of homemade chocolate that I made myself. What does S need chocolates for? Come on, give them to EC. You're way too old for them. S gave EC some of them, which EC proceeded to start eating right then. S went on to unwrap other presents and was made to share a bunch of other stuff like sparkle pens, a set of crayons, etc. too, with EC. EC after some time started wailing that she wanted more chocolate. EM literally shouting, "Why have you not given her chocolate? Given her the chocolates? Didn't I ask you to? Why are you being so mean? She's your cousin. She deserves them." S was almost at tears and gave her 3 more. Now only 5 chocolates remained, which she gave one to each of us. Mom, Dad, EM, and me. I saved mine to give it to her later. EM noticed it and asked me to give it to EC since I obviously was not going to eat it. I didn't. When S got to unwrapping the dollhouse and the Barbie, EM actually pounced on the doll and started pulling it away from S. Now S started to cry, which made EM angry, and she screamed at S to shut up and stop being so mean and stingy. EC was from US and did not have any Indian toys, and she needed a doll. My father flat out refused, which resulted in more screaming and crying. Then she left in a huff and kicked at the dollhouse, denting it. My sister was very sad, and needless to say, her birthday was ruined. But that was not the end. About an hour or so later, EM was back kicking and screaming at our door, saying we had poisoned her kid and that she would be suing us. EC's stomach was aching, but instead of calling a doctor, she drove her to our house. We seated them and called the doctor, during which EM was screaming about how we were jealous of her and would suffer terrible fates. The doctor said the pain was because of overeating. Guess she shouldn't have had 6 of those chocolates. Ian then proceeded to blame me and my sis for everything, and saying how both of us were spoiled and mean kids. TLDR. My entitled aunt ruins my sister's birthday by taking away most of her gift for her kid and then destroy her dollhouse, and blames her child's stomach as poisoning on my family. I posted part 2 too. Alright, yeah. She too read the story and called us up. Not to apologize though. And let's now get to part 2. Hello again. I posted a story about my aunt ruining my sister's birthday before yesterday. The day before yesterday. Turns out she or her daughter is on Reddit and are subscribed to r/entitledparents and read the story. This is what happened last night. EM entitled mom, who's my aunt, EC, her daughter, is my sister. EM called my dad last night about 11 when my dad was half asleep. How could you do this to us? Aren't we family? Why did you shame us like this? It was so many years ago. Could you just let it go? And my dad no idea what she's going on about, so he asks her what has happened, to which she tells him that we posted on Reddit about my sister's birthday. My dad doesn't know and doesn't care what Reddit is and asks what's the big deal. Wow, so your daughters do things without telling you? You should keep an eye on them. Don't let them get out of hand. You should have taught them manners. My name. Just exposed us and shamed us online. What are you saying? How did she expose you? She hasn't even talked to you in years. She posted a story about us, and as soon as EC read it, we knew it was about us. I haven't divulged any names in that story, not even mine. Dad asks me if I did that and why. So it took a total of 15 to 20 minutes to explain that what Reddit is and what I did. I tell him that I have just narrated a story and haven't exposed her identity in any way. So Dad just hands me the phone so I can explain it to her. As soon as I say hello, EM starts screaming at me so loudly that it can be heard outside the phone. You bitch! How could you do that? Who do you think you are? You poison my child and then make it up as if I was overreacting. Take that post down now, and apologize for it on that subreddit. If you don't, I know. If you don't, I know I'm gonna sue you. I think. What the fuck? I'm so angry that I just say no. I won't do anything of that sort, and that I would to see how you can sue, and that I can't see how you can sue me all the way from California. Ian then proceeds to call me and my sister a whore and similar things. My dad takes away the phone and asks her to not ever contact any of us again and blocks her. So hey there, on Sheila. Oof. Hope you all read this. Oh, maybe she's not oblivious. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, one thing is to think it's about you, and yeah, this time it probably was. She was pretty sure about it, but still, there was no names dropped. Not even our protagonist here. I take it it's a her. I think it is. Well, yeah, whore is generally used about a woman, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know what she could be. That, of course, she could be upset, but there was nothing she could do about it. Alright. Next one. I do not care if you have cancer. My child deserves your seed. Oh no. This encounter happened about 7 months ago. I do not want to insult your intelligence because you most likely already know what EM and me stands for. But I should say that EK in this story stands for embarrassed kid. And OG stands for old gentleman, 60-some-year-old guy. The kid was very polite and sorry, so this story isn't about him. Also, I'm translating this into English, so bear with me. A little backstory. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with a cancer of the nasal cavity, stage 2. The tumor was quite large, but thankfully benign. Edit. People have pointed out I formulated this wrong. By benign, I want to shorten the fact it still did not spread into other tissue, thus it was still contained, which is what I thought that word meant. I apologize for my gaps in knowledge. To get it removed, I first had to undergo aggressive chemotherapy to make it smaller. Thanks to the chemo, I had severe alopecia, hair loss, which made most of my hair and even eyebrows and eyelashes fall out. At some point I had to go bald, but I wore a wig, because I didn't want to look like a skinhead neo-Nazi. I'm 6.4 and pretty muscular, so 6.4 feet, I think it must be, and pretty muscular, so I thought people would assume. So once after a long chemo session in the hospital, I took the bus home. There's only one bus that goes from the hospital to where I live, so I took that one only to see it was absolutely packed. I felt like shit thanks to the chemo, so I asked a middle-aged dude to let me sit. He was very understanding and gave me his spot without complaining. If you're reading this, thanks bro. 2 stops later, enter entitled mom, a lovely whale with a "I demand a parlor with the CEO" haircut, and a 12-some-year-old kid. It took her roughly 5 seconds to see the bus was packed, start looking for a free seat, spot me, and start marching. Or in her case, trying to fit in the aisle between the seats while shoving others aside. To me. When I saw her, I knew I was screwed. She then stood next to me and decided to talk to me. There's the conversation that followed. And I'm just gonna cough. Damn it. I hope you wouldn't hear that. Oh well. Hey, could you let my kid sit down? You mean me? Who else? Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm on my way from the hospital, and EM cutting me off. So are we. So are we. Nonsense, the stop was a few kilometers away from the hospital. My boy just broke his leg and we're coming straight from the ER. Her kid was standing next to her, without any support, clearly embarrassed. He's standing next to you completely fine. Look here, boy. I'm 21 years old. My kid deserves to sit down. Look, madam, I'm sorry, but I just got back from a chemo session in the hospital and I need to sit down and rest. I then moved my wig a bit to let her see my bald head. EM then straight up started yelling in my face. Stop making excuses and get off the fucking seat, you fucking shit. Skinhead piece of shit. Whew. Adult language. I'm not as worried about the adult language right now. I'm not monetizing anything, so hey, why not? Why not? At this point, I was baffled. I didn't know what to say. The kid was trying to make his mother stop, and we had the attention of the whole bus. She then grabbed me and tried to yank me from my seat. I held on tight and thankfully didn't fall off. Now enter old gentleman, my savior. Will you shut the fuck up, you dumb cow? What do you think who do you think you're talking to? Stop assaulting other passengers, or I will be forced to step in. Also, every dumb moron could see that the dude has cancer. No, he's just a fucking skinhead. He's got no eyebrows, you twat. Seems like that really offended EM because he spun around on the spot through a falcon punch. Falcon punch! In OG's face. I was shocked and in disbelief. The whole bus was flabbergasted and the kid probably wished he'd never been born. OG then said something unbelievable and a golden sweet karma moment followed. Okay, that does it. Harassing passengers on the bus, physical assault against a passenger, and now assaulting an officer. You're in deep trouble, lady. OG then pulled out a badge and told her to stay where she was. Then he pulled out his phone, called someone, and told her she was being arrested. I couldn't believe it. OG was a bloody cop. At this point, EM was as white as a wall. The bus had just come to a stop, so she decided she'd make a run for it, but other passengers blocked her way. She then also got charged with resisting arrest, thanks to this. 3 stops later, a police car was waiting for the EM and EK. EK told me he was sorry for his mother's behavior, and I felt really sorry for the kid. He wasn't a bad child, but his mother was a hellspawn. OG then talked to me and asked me if I wanted to press charges, to which I gladly said yes, took a statement, and thankfully was kind enough to let me solve everything on the phone, so I didn't have to come to the police station for questioning. In the end, EM got some jail time, I think it was a few months, and some community service. I, in return, got a good story to tell and a sweet taste of it karma. Right now I'm riding the same bus home as I just got back home from the hospital after a checkup, which reminded me of this. A friend who's sitting next to me told me I should post it here. He, as much as myself, also couldn't believe that such people existed, but it seems I proved it to him. I should also note that the surgery went well. I was declared cancer-free in November and my hair is slowly returning. Also, I don't need to wear a wig anymore. Edit 1, spelling errors. Edit 2, thank you kind stranger for my first ever silver. Edit 3, holy thanks a million for the gold. Never had one before. Now I need to learn what it does. Edit 4, platinum, I can't even. My fellow Red, you are a legend and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'd also like to thank everybody for their positive comments. You guys made my day, and I'm sorry that I cannot respond to all of them. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Well, that was a nice story. Some good comeuppance for the entitled parent. Okay, this is only gonna be 20 minutes long because I just got a warning about space on my computer. So I'm gonna end the episode here. We had a good amount of stories. So I hope to see So if you liked it, press that like button. If you really enjoyed it, press that subscribe button. Otherwise, I hope to see you, my lovely crew, in the next video. Bye.